Luna, and this is going to be such a fun show because we are talking all things beaver. Now, are we talking about the animal? Maybe. Are we talking about the slang term? Possibly. I don't know. But without further ado, I'm going to have all of my guests introduce themselves and what they do. They are all the cast and crew of the upcoming drag comedy called Beaver, and we're going to start right here.
I'm Will Robertson, actor. I will be playing Brandon in Beaver.
I'm Terry Adderholt, and I'm Rendezvous, and I'm Cinnamon Row in the movie, and I am producing, and I wrote it.
Nice.
And I am Andrew Mullins, and I'm going to be playing Cinnamon Row's love interest, fresh out of prison. So with that being said, I mean, former experience, I was on Bear City 2 and Bear City 3. So this is going to be a little bit new and should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And I'm Austin Williams. I'm co-owner and producer at Four Horsemen Productions, and on Beaver I'll be doing a little bit of gripping and gaffing and everything else in between behind the scenes.
Very nice. And so let's start from the beginning, because Terry, I know we didn't know each other. We just kind of knew each other through mutual friends, and on Facebook you had contacted me about using the studio because you were doing an audition. That's all I knew. And we put you in one of our rooms. And now, was that the first time that you asked me to tape it, or were you in here once before?
No, that was the first time.
Okay. Yeah. And so I have to say, so I was listening to the audition, and you were there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because y'all were both doing. I just thought it was an audition that you were taping, and then you were going to send it in somewhere. And I thought the dialogue is so good. I wonder what movie this is from. And that's when I approached you and I said, "So what's this from?" And you said,
It's Beaver, our short. That was actually our campaign to raise funds for the movie that we were filming.
That's right. And that's when you got my attention, because I know that, being in the industry here in Dallas, I come across a lot of scripts. And that one, I was like, this is really well written. I mean, not just a good script, but
Thank you.
Yeah, it was above and beyond. And it had so many like quotable lines. And that's when I was like, we need to talk, because I want to know what your plans were for this. So at the time, or maybe even the same, like now, you wrote this with what was your goal with this?
Well, I had kind of stopped screenwriting for a while, and my screenwriting buddy Steve in Atlanta said, "Get off your lazy ass and produce something."
Yeah.
So overnight, I came up with Beaver, and he was amazed how quickly I cranked that out, and it was just like, well, I already had the movie in my head.
Okay.
I just had to get it on paper.
And just I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was looking for something for a project for Drew and I to do together.
Gotcha.
We've been friends for a long time, and he acts, and I wanted to get into filmmaking. And so my goal all along was to be able to have something to enter in some film festivals.
Okay. And so now, did y'all know each other before the Bear City films, or how did this come about?
I don't know if we're going on.
We could go back and say how we met, but that would be probably
20
really
years
funny.
or
Would it be appropriate for the audience?
Had a date. Remember our first date?
Oh, it was a date.
we started off dating and have been friends for 15 to 20 years.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
the date was, remember what that night
I don't know that we're going to tell that.
Oh.
We talked about that.
What does that have to do with Beaver?
Drag. That's how it started.
So drag had something to do with it?
I think he's referring to the fact that I had a display cabinet in my bedroom, and I had skillfully hidden it with screenshots of books. You couldn't see all the crowns and all the drag paraphernalia that I had hidden in my bedroom.
Gotcha. And then when you realized what it was, did it matter?
Well, so it's not like I'm dating a drag queen.
And you're like, well.
And all along there's this
that's not a first date topic.
There was this big, beautiful bookcase. I was like, well, that's a nice. Well, is it a bookcase? What is that? I didn't know there was stuff behind it, but.
Okay, so then y'all have known each other for a while.
Over 20 years, yeah.
About 20 years, like my age. So then that happened, and now, so you then became, or have you always been an actor?
No, I became an actor through Bear City too.
Bear City. Okay, now for those of you who don't know about Bear City has become like a, I wouldn't say cult film, but it definitely represents the bear community and the rainbow community, and it's really successful. So you were in the first one, second one, the third, because I know there's three, right?
Second and the third, so it's a trilogy.
Nice.
And it's by Doug Langway.
Yeah.
So.
And he's an executive producer of Bear City 3.
Right.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So-
And so then when Terry approached you, did you approach him because you already knew he had experience, or how did that go?
I was jealous of hell because he had beat me into the film industry.
Yeah.
And so I had to work something up for him and I to do together.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I think it was probably a huge advantage because of what I learned.
Right.
And I learned from someone, like Doug Langley, who knows, being out actually in front of the camera and behind the camera. So that's a big help to him. And what people don't know is this is a bucket list for him. I mean, this is something he's always wanted to do, so he has a lot of passion for it.
Mm-hmm. And it's a huge advantage that you are such a good writer.
Thank you.
And I don't just say that. Everyone, I'm telling you, the writing is so good. That's why it got my attention. And a lot of people don't have that flair. I mean, they write things. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily good, but yeah, you have that going on.
Well, the other thing with Beaver, with writing, is write what you know. And I'm from the Texas Panhandle, just like you, small town.
Yeah.
And Beaver's 2 hours away. And so this is kind of a compilation of a gay drag queen's version of seeing what all the redneck women that he's surrounded by.
Gotcha. And when you say
So-
Beaver is 2 hours away, so this is based on how what's the title mean?
It stands for Beaver, Oklahoma, actually.
Because there is an actual Beaver, Oklahoma.
There is an actual Beaver, Oklahoma.
Okay, did y'all
which-
know that?
No, I was going to ask is, whenever I learned about the project, I didn't know if Beaver was an actual city or not. So that's interesting to know that it is.
Can you imagine being from there, telling everyone I'm from Beaver?
Yeah. No, I looked it up and I was like, man, that's gonna be a long drive.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh, because
first
you
thing
thought
I
we were shooting there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, if we're shooting there, it's like 7 hours away, I think, from Dallas, right? Or close to it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah. What were you saying? You're saying something. Doesn't matter. Okay, so then you wrote it, and then we met up, and then I met you as well, and you're doing a campaign, and then now how did it go from campaign to you actually going and producing?
Israel Luna.
I
at
actually
that.
didn't
Look
mean
at
for
that.
that answer. I really.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have we
yeah.
have such similar taste in material
Yeah.
and backgrounds, and so we were both drawn to this type of
Absolutely.
venture.
And and I have to say, for those of you who don't know about my previous projects, I have always made it a point to incorporate the LGB anti in all of my projects. My film, Ticked Off Trannies with Knives, that came out in 2010, we made it to the Tribeca Film Festival, and I always represent, my transgender, especially brothers and sisters, but I always have drag queens in there as well, and just represent everybody. And I want to continue to do so. So when I saw your project, I do want to tell everyone that you had a specific tone in mind, and I sort of threw out the idea, why don't you make all of the female roles, biologically born men? And I'm glad that you
Exactly.
liked it.
Yeah. It started off as like a 9-page short that was mostly Drew and I on a date night. And Israel pulled me aside and started filling my head with great ideas. And then we decided to have a entire cast of drag and trans talent for all the female roles.
Yeah, and especially because you had a goal in mind. You said, I want to experience the film festival circuit.
Yes.
And I said, okay, well, if that's the case, you have to have a type of hook to get those film festivals to say, oh, we have to have this movie. And the fact that if you say, oh yeah, it's called Beaver and all of the female roles are played by biologically born men, that's immediately going to get more attention. And so I'm really glad that you took that idea. And then you also had certain people in mind, other actors, actresses in mind. Some of them were from my previous projects as well. Talk about a few of the people.
I'm familiar with all of your projects. Of course, I had already seen them before I met you. And, of course, I'm a big Drag Race fan and stuff like that. So I know the drag community well. As far as our project, we've got some really great Dallas talent. We've got girls from the Rose Room. We've got the show director, Cassie Nova, doing her comedy bit. And we've got the beautiful Crystal Summers.
Beautiful. That's
And
who you have a scene with.
We-
Crystal's
Look forward to
probably
meeting her.
one of the most beautiful women, trans women in the entire world. She's so beautiful.
She's my stripper daughter.
Was she offended when you offered her that role? You're a stripper.
She didn't tell me she was. So she was gracious about it.
Yeah.
And then we've got, of course, the incomparable Edna Jean Robinson playing my arch nemesis Phyllis.
Oh yeah.
So she's gonna run with that role.
Yeah, played by Richard Curtin. I don't know if you know Richard, but Richard is a really good actor. He's been in a few of my projects as well. He played the preacher in my zombie film that just came out. So yeah.
And Patti LaPlace is my drunk mama.
Yeah, Patty is a very popular drag queen in Dallas and is always performing at charitable events and fundraisers as well. She's very giving.
Of course, Drew's our male lead, and then we've got sexy ranch hand
Will.
Brandon.
Oh yeah,
Is
Brandon.
his character,
Yes.
and he's kind of on the side,
Sleeping with the daughter.
doing
The stripper
doing
daughter.
more than nailing the roof back together.
And a lot of people might think that Austin is in the film, but he's not, because he does have actor looks, but he is actually behind the camera.
I am, yes.
And you and your company, what are you providing for the project?
So, well, we're kind of providing a little bit of everything. What my company does is we're a full-service production company. So, if someone comes to us with a project, we facilitate, everything that they need in whatever way we can.
Yeah.
Whether that be writing a script or, providing the principal photography, production aspect, to editing. I mean, you name it, we do it. So
Right.
obviously, with this case, it was a little bit different. We already had the script written, and all that stuff is taken care of. So myself and my business partner will be, supplementing all of the equipment and lights and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, and I had seen some of your work. You had shown me a music video in your office, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to work with these guys. And guys, we are going to talk more about Austin and his company and Beaver and Will as well when we come back. We have to take our first commercial break, and don't go anywhere, because we are also going to be giving away a free T-shirt that looks a lot like this. There you go. Here you go. Yeah.
I'm wearing Skeeter, and Will's wearing Cinnamon Roll.
Cinnamon Roll. Yeah. So
Cameras.
yeah. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we're going to give away a T-shirt. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Welcome back to Don't Panic. Today's show is all about the short film called Beaver. It is a drag comedy extravaganza. And if you are just now joining us, I'm going to have our entire panel of guests reintroduce themselves.
Will Robertson. I will be playing Brandon.
Brandon, the sexy ranch hand. I'm Cinnamon Roll in the movie, and I'm Terry Adderholt in real life.
And I will be Skeeter, and I'm Andrew Mullins in real life, or thereof.
And I am Austin Williams of Four Horsemen Productions. I'm on the other side of the camera as everyone else. Very
nice. Now, Will, let's talk about you for a second.
All right.
All right. So you are you're pretty new to the industry, because I know you came to me and I did some headshots for you and everything because you were talking about that. Is that correct?
Yeah. So back in February, I believe, we met at Valley View Mall
Yes.
at a meetup.
Yes.
Thing
At
that
Chaz's Mixer.
Yeah, that Nicole was hosting, I believe.
Yes, we love
And,
Nicole. She's
yeah,
awesome.
I met you and Travis, and then I hadn't got your information, but Travis referred me back to you whenever I was like, all right, it's time for me to get serious, and I was trying to get headshots, so I came here, and then I think I came to pick up the headshots, and you threw me in a rack focus as an extra real quick, and then,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
also
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
and
Yeah, because he came to me and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the industry." And then I was showing you the photos that I had taken of you after I had edited them, and there was a film being shot.
Be afraid, be very afraid. He has used that line so many times. I can't even.
This is where I
try.
need headshots. Well, you have to get naked.
oh, he tried, and then I was like, oh, sorry, man.
I was like, "Hey,
She might get mad.
Married men are my favorite." But I said, there's an actual short film happening right now, and they're looking for people. And the director came out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you and your at the time your girlfriend," and so they put you in the film, and I was like, "Yeah, you're in the right place. There's a lot of stuff going on."
Yeah, and then also because of you, I am now with my wonderful acting teacher and coach, Teresa Bell.
We love Teresa.
Yeah, she puts me in a lot of uncomfortable spots, so that'll be perfect for Beaver.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be good with Beaver, right?
Right. Well, so this is interesting. Is I don't know how big of a deal it is, but we do have to be semi-cautious when we're casting, because unfortunately, even though it's 2017, there are so many people that might kind of want to back away and distance themselves from a project where all of the female roles are drag queens or transgender women. And it seemed like you just had no problem. You're like, all right, who cares? Send me the script. Or what was really?
No, like you had told me, because I always ask, the first thing I ask when I see you, what new projects are you working on? And you always have a list of about 10 of them. So you had told me about this one, and it caught my interest. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. You told me about there might be a part for me. And I was like, all right, well, let me know. And then you sent me the script, and I was reading through the script. First scene, I'm naked, and I was like, I had a little bit of reserve about that. But then the wife told me, just get over it. You're gonna have to do this plenty of times in your career, so just work on it. And I was like, all right. And I've been slaying myself in the gym every single day.
It
since.
shows.
Well, I was telling you, I remember when I was getting your headshots done, and and I said, well, do just the regular jeans and t-shirt kind of thing, because honestly, when you get into the industry, and this is to all of you actors out there, is you are no longer a person, you are a product, and you're wanting to market yourself. So market the sexuality, market your looks. If you have it, flaunt it, flaunt how you look. And Richard Curtin, who is playing Phyllis, said that he got really great advice. They said, use what you got. Whatever you look like, whatever size you are, whatever height you are, use what you got and promote that. And it seems to work. So I was like, yeah, do it. So, maybe that's...
So I'm excited. Yeah. And I'm glad that you guys welcomed me into the family, and everything's wide open from here on out. So
yeah, absolutely.
to it.
And so from what I understand, you are... you have become quite busy in acting, because you have another project going on as well this weekend.
I'm juggling Beaver and then another film. I won't tell that to my wife. There's another film that is actually entitled.
Don't tell it.
I will say it later. It's shot by Amanda Jones, and
So it's a female filmmaker.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Director and producer are both female. And they're awesome, and it's a very funny script also. So.
And what's
I
the
look forward to
title?
that. Oh, we can't.
No?
That's to be a question. We can't do
That's
that.
a T-shirt question.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
So we got to hold off on that.
That's right.
But-
Yeah.
and then-
What does it mean?
Ooh, it is a. Which one do we? Pussy fart. Is that what we decided to go with? Pussy fart, I think. So yeah.
You say that so innocently. I love it. So that's the project that you're working on now.
Yeah, this weekend, and then I'm going to be in a rack focus one too as a lead, and I'm very excited about that.
Oh, you're going to be a lead.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm very excited, and I think you know that project a little bit better. Travis is.
I don't know much about it.
Okay.
Usually, if it's a rack focus project, since it's my
gotta stay away from
competition,
it, yeah.
I want to distance myself, because I can't. officially give any type of feedback or input on the script or anything because, you know, if they end up winning an award, you know, then they'll be like, hey, it's because, you know, they're in with Israel, blah, blah, blah. So I have to be really careful. So yeah, I won't know anything about it. I'll just know you're the lead.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm one of the leads. I can't take all the credit.
Take all the credit. They're not here.
Sure. They might be watching though. So.
Gotcha. And so now one of the, I would say one of the leads is you. You are playing Skeeter.
That's correct.
Yeah, and so you know Terry was talking about how you know he read. I was gonna say she because you are in the film female, so you know excuse my pronouns, but yeah, she wrote it with you in mind. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you know her writing something with you in mind. Why would she cast you as this prison escapee?
Being that he said earlier that he was jealous, I'm surprised he didn't make me a worse character. But actually, I think it's because we've had a good friendship, and he seen what I went through with the other two movies and what I learned. And we did a lot of talking about this, and we shot ideas back and forth. But I mean, Terry is very talented. This is not the only thing that he's written, but it's the first time that he's followed through and promoted it. So I'm really excited about helping him with it. And I think he knows out of all of his friends that I'm there to support him no matter what.
And even the way even though Skeeter is this crazy, you know, like podunk country, you know, guy that just got out of prison, he's very charming and he's really likable. Now, I don't know if it's because I saw the original, like of you auditioning for it and just you brought that to it. But when I read that role, I picture you doing it. So, and that's already a part of it. But it shows your charm because, I mean, you've been in the Bear City films and everything. Right. So, you know, did a lot of that come from the experience on those films?
Absolutely. I mean, I had a lot of direction from a lot of great people, including like Steven Garino. I mean, he was on the set with us, and he did a lot of directing me and coaching me and telling me what to do. So that was fantastic. I mean, and I'll always forever be indebted to him.
And you're also not local. Where are you from?
Chicago.
Okay, so you're coming in just to shoot this project.
Right.
Nice.
So he has a lot of influence.
Yeah, I can tell.
He bought his own ticket. I didn't even put that in the production budget. So I'm forever indebted for that.
Very nice. Is there any particular part of the film that you're looking forward to shooting, or any particular?
I think it's going to be pretty exciting when we're on the sofa and we've got to maneuver some things there.
Yeah, because y'all have a date in the film.
We have a date, and I end up on his lap. So hopefully that won't linger forever when we're filming that, because I don't know how long he can handle all that.
Well, didn't you say earlier you write what you know? How did that scene come to be?
There you have it.
Right? You know, that's what makes a great script, when you write what you know. Let's give away a T-shirt, shall we?
Okay, the question number one.
All right. Oh, well, hold on.
Our watchers.
Yeah, so for all of you watching, you can win a Beaver T-shirt. And the way we're going to do it is Terry is going to give a trivia question, and the person who answers correctly on our thread of the live show gets the T-shirt.
Okay, the question is, what is the real name of a pussy fart? And it's also the name of a new movie starring Will.
Yeah.
One of the leads, yes.
Yeah, the lead. He just is, he's being modest. But yeah, so if you answer that first correctly on our thread, you win this T-shirt. Show them the T. Is it the one that you have on, and there Will has on?
I think there's options.
Oh, that's right. Or this one.
We can take the one off of Israel and send you that if that's what you're into.
He won't mind it.
Right.
No, he won't.
Well, I mean, he's the lead, right? So shouldn't he go first?
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd have to wait until the movie for that.
Yeah, and you would probably have to like jog around and get it all gross and sweaty.
I had a big lunch.
There you go. See, there you go. I'm sure people will get it. So while while we are waiting for the first person to answer, let's move on. All right. We already have a winner. Brian. Yvonne. Oh, I'm gonna slaughter your last name. I'm just gonna say Brian. Brian says queef.
And how do you spell it?
Qweef.
That's close enough. And that may be correct. How would I know?
Is it correct? You've been spelling it a lot lately.
Oh man, I just used the little Siri thing where I speak into it. Most of the time I'm driving when I text, so I just use hands-free.
I wonder if Siri knows how to spell queef. I don't know, but Brian, you just won a free T-shirt.
Congratulations, Brian.
Shannon Ashbury, I am so sorry you just missed it. Brian just beat you to it, but don't worry, don't fret, because we are going to give away another T-shirt in the next segment, so don't go anywhere. So yeah, Brian, next time we see you, we will be giving you this T-shirt.
Ask him what size he wants.
What size would you like? So go ahead and just respond on there of what size you need.
I think we got options, right?
Yeah, we got some options.
Oh, that's right, because we have one, again, which is the one that I have on. It just says Beaver right here.
This is Drew blowing smoke up your ass.
Yes, which is very nice. And then the third one is Miss Cinna Monroe right there with her cleavage, ready to breastfeed some children's. Yes, guys, we have to take our next break, and again, don't go anywhere, because we're going to be giving away another T-shirt, and we're going to be talking to Austin about his project as well, projects and your production company, and we're also going to talk more about Beaver. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Beaver, you gotta say it like that.
Welcome to Rack Focus.
What is it?
Rack Focus is a short film competition based in Dallas, Texas.
Where you produce a short film,
have it screened at a theater,
compete against other filmmakers,
and the best part,
you win cash prizes.
Yeah, I thought that would get your attention.
Here's how it works.
You pitch your idea to a room full of people at the Rack Focus pitch session.
The session turns into a mixer, where you then gather your team and produce your film.
You have 3 months to complete your film.
Shortly after that, we have a big red carpet premiere at a local theater.
All of the films are screened with a Q&A after each one with the film's cast and crew.
But hold tight, there's more.
Each film is voted on by selected judges.
And the biggest votes come from the audience,
who were given ballots when they walked into the theater.
After ballots are tallied up, we have a Rack Focus Awards ceremony, where we give out first, second, and third prizes for the best voted films,
including other awards like Best Actor and Actress.
It's not over yet.
After the awards ceremony, there will be a Rack Focus wrap party at a local venue
to celebrate all the filmmakers and their cast and their crew.
So what do you think?
Do you have what it takes to make the cut?
Think you can win? Well, this is the time to show everyone what you've got.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus. Rack Focus, a short film competition. It's about to get real.
Everyone, welcome back to Don't Panic. If you are just now joining us, we are talking to the cast and crew of the upcoming drag extravaganza comedy called Beaver. I'm going to have my guests introduce themselves again.
William Robertson, and I'm an actor, and I will be playing Brandon, the sexy ranch hand from what I hear.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I'm Terry Adderholt, and I'm producer, writer, and I'm Cinnamon Row.
And I'm Andrew Mullins. I am the escaped convict.
Love interest.
Skeeter. Love interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Austin Williams of Four Horsemen Productions. I'm also an escaped convict working on this film. Just kidding.
Now you're going to get a lot of phone numbers.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Women like them bad boys. They're just like, ooh, escaped convict. I want his number. I can change him.
We'll see.
Right. So now when you came to me and you said, all right, well, we're going to do this. Let's start doing this film. We're still in pre-production because we don't officially go into production until tomorrow. So far, just from pre-production and this being your first film, what are you learning already that you didn't expect?
Wow. There's so many details involved, and we had postponed the shoot for a few months, and I'm so thankful that we did that because I didn't feel like we really needed to, and I've needed every day of those last 2 months getting the details together.
Yeah. So that's been like probably one of the bigger things.
So in pre-production it was. I mean, and we were still securing locations down to this week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's right. That's right. I think we have a location that just confirmed today.
Yeah.
About shooting tomorrow night.
Yeah. No, Sunday night.
Sunday night. Yeah.
It takes a village, and I've had a lot of help.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this case is different because it's not here in Dallas. Well, a couple of the locations are, but we are shooting out near Weatherford, Texas. So none of us are from there, but that's where we're shooting. But you found a really great place there. We're going to be shooting out on a ranch. And we even have a goat. Isn't that right?
We have goats, and cows, and, Beaver's known as the world championship cow chip tossing destination.
Like for real.
That's their claim for fame.
Like really, like in real life.
In real life.
Okay. Which means what? A cow chipping
cow chip tossing contest, championship, world championship.
So what is that?
There's men's and women's divisions, and you take turns tossing your cow chip, and whoever does the farthest is the world champion.
Cow chip is cow shit, basically, dry.
And you toss it.
Just in case you didn't.
And I've got a carload of them right now in my car, and tumbleweeds and all such as that.
Well, I have to say my family is from Olney, Texas, Olney, and they have the one-armed dove hunt. Yeah. All of these one-armed.
Do you have to only have one arm,
yes.
or do you tie one behind?
No. Like it's actual, like their arm has been cut off, an amputee, and they go dove hunting.
I feel like that really limits the competition.
I don't know, but it's like interesting.
I'm glad it doesn't leave anybody out.
Right.
Everyone has something.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And so we're going to be out there, and this is, this is going to give you a little hint of what it's like to do like an indie film. Is we're also staying at the ranch as well while we're shooting. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because it's a big ranch. I haven't been there yet, so
it's a vacation rental, and we're staying there. I forget how many acres it has, but it's beautiful. It's halfway between Weatherford and Granbury, and it's on the Brazos River. We have our own section to tube on.
What?
We've got 2 inner tubes and 4 kayaks, I think, and so we'll have some fun while we're there as well. Very
nice. I think Terry is dropping a hint that you're going to be on a tube shirtless or something.
Yeah, I was planning on it.
Well, I did spring on him about 30 minutes ago that we've added a scene where he's got to scrub down to come in for dinner. Yeah. And that'll all be slow-mo.
Oh, my God.
Fog machines, all that.
Exactly.
So, everything.
Exactly. I'm editing, so I will have to look at this footage frame by frame for hours and days and weeks,
There's going to be a showing party just for that.
Right. Now, Austin, so let's talk about you and your company for a minute, because you guys are you're providing a lot, because you guys have the camera and the lights and also sound equipment, even though we have a sound person. Mm-hmm. So, this is kind of a typical thing of what your company does.
Yeah, we're a full service production company. Even though we're on a smaller scale than some of the bigger guys out there, we try to facilitate everything we can, beginning to end. So we don't have a 10-ton truck full of gear, but what we make up for in the amount of gear we have, we definitely make up for it in quality of work. So
gotcha.
Excellent.
And then I know that when I was talking earlier about how you had shown me this one music video, and I was really impressed that you are also filmmakers as well, both you and your business partner, Tyler.
Yes,
right?
That's correct.
And I know here currently you and Will are working on a couple of short film projects that are in the competition Rack Focus.
Yes, that's
right?
correct. I wrote and directed one, and Tyler also wrote and directed one. We just finished shooting his this past Wednesday, so just a couple days ago.
Very nice.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yours is with Travis, right? Travis Travieso.
Yeah. We shoot next weekend. And it's to be a very funny one. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, you got to come out and watch it.
Yeah, and
Can't
for those
tell any more than that.
Yeah, right.
I have a question for Will since he's from Dallas. How was the AAA Girls event? I'm so jealous that I'm an Amarillo and missed all that.
So I actually was unable to go to it because of I'm a full-time student also.
Name the 3 girls that are the AAA girls.
I actually don't know that. I watched all the Snapchats, but with Israel, you know, most of the time it's just him naked, so I usually skip through them pretty quickly.
There's Willem.
Can you tell us about it? Did you go?
Yeah, I did. Oh my God, it was great. Willem is very popular in the drag community and also on the internet. I'm pretty much like a internet celebrity who was on RuPaul's Drag Race, also the lead in TikTok. One of the leads, TikTok Training was nice because it was an ensemble piece, and also was the lead playing transgender Beth Ann Fetterman in my movie Kicking Zombie Ass for Jesus. So Willem is a part of a girl group. It's Willem, Courtney Act, and Alaska. I can't say what's her last name.
Thunderfuck.
Yeah, it is. And it was really fantastic. The biggest thing that I really liked about it was, here I am. It's this concert going on pretty much with them on stage, and I thought, RuPaul's Drag Race has really done so much for the drag community as far as bringing it to the mainstream, because now there is this big fan base of people paying a nice ticket price to come and see these girls perform live on stage. That didn't exist, 7 years ago, 10 years ago. So I'm really happy to see mainstream America knowing that there's money that can come into a fan base of drag queens.
I'm sure that was a lot of money for them as well, and I read online that they were gracious enough to make all the proceeds be for hurricane relief.
Oh, nice.
I read that today, so.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really great. One of the highlights was Willem is singing a parody of a Katy Perry song called the Unconditionally, that song.
Mm-hmm.
And she rewrote it saying anally, and she's like, she wants to be a virgin, so she says, but you can have sex with me anally. And while she's doing that, she takes off her outfit and takes a douche bottle, puts alcohol in it, and actually douches on stage during the number.
Wow, commitment.
Exactly. And of course the audience is like screaming their head on. Of course we're just like cheering like crazy because we're like, Willem would do that. I mean, she's a performer, she's an entertainer, and this is why she gets the headlines, is because she's all about the audience and having that shock value. It was really.
So it would not have been the appropriate time to ask for a body shot.
Right, exactly. Oh my God.
Where did it already went?
Yeah, but I'm all about them pushing limits. I'm all about making conversation pieces and everything. But yeah, no, it was a really, really fantastic show.
Good.
Yeah, so if Dallas was the first stop on their tour, and just look up the AAA Girls, which, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they got the gig because American Apparel, the clothing company, approached them about them being the spokesperson, the girls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as drag queens, because they saw the money involved in, marketing toward the rainbow community. And so the girls took it, and then they funded like their first video called AAA Girls, I think. And it's like half rap, half kind of poppy kind of music. And now they're touring.
That's amazing.
And they just promote the store. So that's really cool. Mm-hmm. And speaking of promoting, Rack Focus is my competition, and it's been going really well. We are in round 6, and these two guys are working on projects for Rack Focus. And the cool thing about Rack Focus that makes it different than a film festival is, and this could apply to you too if you wanted to join a future round, is you get 3 months to shoot a short film, 10 minutes or less. And what's happened is each round it's gotten bigger and bigger, and the projects have really, the production value has just skyrocketed, and I'm so happy for that. And you win prizes, you screen to a packed theater. And the thing about this round is, if you win an award this round, round 7 is going to be the all-stars of all of the people that have won previous awards from round 1 through round 6. And the prize for the winner of round 7 is a funded full-length film with a worldwide distribution deal. Yeah, and
It's amazing.
I don't know of any other like festival or competition that offers that.
No.
And so I'm really happy to bring that to filmmakers because now it motivates people to create, and that's the best thing. I mean, right now we have 37 original projects being created, being produced just for Rack Focus, and then you own the project. After it screens, you can do whatever you want with it. So I'm really happy about that. I think it's time to give away another T-shirt. What do you think?
Who's got a question? I think I told the answer to the second question.
Oh, you know what? We mentioned the location where we're going to be shooting earlier on the show. Show them the T-shirts. So the question is, where are we shooting this weekend? Where are we shooting the film Beaver this weekend? Where in Texas are we shooting it? The first one to respond correctly will win a free T-shirt, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break, answer the question correctly, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Before we cut to break, we gave a trivia question of where we are shooting this weekend for the film that we're working on called Beaver, and we already have a winner, Josie Sanchez, which is my mother, living in Alany, Texas.
Hi, Mom. Sorry for the language.
Yeah. So she wins. Okay, now she's going to need a small size because she's itty bitty. She's 4'6".
Wow. We'll see if we have a small. We'll get it your way.
Petite. Yeah, but Mom, thanks for watching. You get a T-shirt. Maybe we'll swing by there. Oh, by the way, for all of us, while we're shooting out there in Weatherford, I don't know how far away Alany is, but my brother is a DJ, and he is DJing a party in Alany. So if it's not too far and we're done shooting, I'm just going to drive on over there. Yeah. Lots of booze, just a big old party. So if y'all want to go, we'll go.
All right.
I like the party.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So we have 8 minutes. We've already talked about Rack Focus. We've talked about Beaver, but let's talk about Beaver some more. After this weekend, we are done shooting. We're finished shooting, and everything is going to go smoothly. Yes, it is. Knock on wood. This table is wood. Exactly. Production. Yep. It always goes smoothly, right?
Yeah,
Nothing ever goes
There's
wrong.
No surprises ever.
Exactly. When it's done, and then I give it to you, what is your plan with it? What are you going to do?
Well, we're shooting it so that it can be its own standalone short and as also be a pilot of a series. So we're hoping to be able to pitch this as episode 1 of a season 1 with 6 episodes as we're traveling next year with some festivals.
Nice. Now, do you already have those written, or are you waiting to see if it gets picked up? And then
they're only outlined at this point.
Ooh, nice. And are you going to be in them, Skater?
Unless I get killed off.
Because I have
to be falling off the sofa.
Yeah, because I know when I read the script, it's a great standalone film, but you do leave it open to so many possibilities with these characters where you want to know more about them.
Well, in the future, we're hoping to make it more of an ensemble. The original is more focused on Drew and I on date night, because that was the original concept.
Yeah.
And but as we go forward, we want more of a Modern Family ensemble where everyone's got a good role, quick role every week.
Gotcha. Very cool. And now, do you specifically playing Skeeter? Is there any particular place where you're pulling from to get that character to come out? Because in Bear City, they're like city guys. This is small town Texas kind of podunk. Anything?
No, who's it I was saying the other day? I mean, I was following a comedian, and I said it seemed like more of his style. Can't remember who it was, but it's one of the comedians. He kind of has like a plaid shirt, the sleeveless plaid shirt. He's
Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like it would be a role for him, so I'm kind of watched him and his mannerisms and stuff like that, thinking that would be who I would follow.
Gotcha. And now being in the Bear City films, do you feel like now you have this unexpected responsibility to represent the certain part of the community, like the bear community now? Like everyone expects something from you, or?
Well, I think the important thing is like you said, let it go out to everyone. Show that responsibility to all different genres that are out there right now, and that's kind of the way that Doug looked at things too. I mean, he didn't just focus on the bear community, but he had focused on everybody in there, so it kind of brings that community sense back to the table. So.
Gotcha.
And we're trying to.
Just see how she cut you off. She just went, "You're done." The Academy Award of Music.
Sorry, Drew. We're trying to appeal to everyone, and we've got drag queens, and we've got bears, and we've got sexy ranch hands,
and lesbians.
We've got lesbians. We've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
some strippers.
And
some strippers.
Exactly.
If we go to series, then Crystal's got to learn some routines.
Oh, I think she already knows them. Now, in saying that, the fact that we are, having all the female roles being played by biologically born men, what does that mean for you as far as the production side and lighting side? Or do you have to modify that at all?
Make me pretty.
Yeah. I'm sure certain camera angles are going to help show certain features a lot better than others, and lighting is probably going to have to do a little softer or light it a little bit differently, but for the most part it's kind of
really that bad.
Well, I know from shooting ticked off trannies with knives and kicking zombie ass for Jesus, the girls like to be lit. I think it's just slightly above and brighter than normal. Mm-hmm. The brighter the better, right? Is that about right?
That sounds perfect.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean, because
bring a step ladder.
I mean, because someone I have to say Crystal's already just light her however you want to, because she's beautiful. But I know some of them who are not transgender, who are just simply men who dress in drag for entertainment purposes, like Terry. There is a certain they are not females. They are in the illusion of a female, so you have to light them differently because they do have male features. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Any pointers for the lighting people, the crew people?
No, I'm a newbie.
That's right. That's right.
I don't have pointers. I just am relying on you to know that you have to make me soft and pretty.
We can definitely do that.
Because the weird thing about it is I'm kind of a sissy guy, but you put me in a dress and a wig, and I'm like Butch. It's like Viola Davis stomping across the stage. I mean, he in the heels that really is.
Is Viola Davis considered Butch?
No, I'm talking about.
She kind of is, I guess.
In heels, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in heels, she is.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So just not soft and pretty at that point, right?
Maybe I'll just stand still.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to say, I am so looking forward to shooting this weekend because, you know, we're going to be out in small little Podunk, Weatherford, Texas. We're going to be out on a ranch and we're all going to be there. It's going to be, I get the feeling it's going to be like being at camp with a lot of fun friends doing something amazing together.
And we've got a group of 25. Even the short film takes 25 people. We've got 12 crew and 13 actors.
Oh my God.
It's going to be fun.
Local restaurant.
I know, right? You know what? I'm sure the first day that we get there, we're going to be discovering a lot of things around town and what's available, and we'll try to incorporate as much of that as possible.
About in character.
Oh, oh, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, it's one thing to shoot in a small town, but shooting in a small town in drag is going to be very interesting. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to take our last break, and then when we come back, we're going to close out the show, so don't go anywhere.
That'd be funny to show up at a restaurant and I'm like,
Hi, welcome to Rack Focus.
What is it?
Rack Focus is a short film competition based in Dallas, Texas.
Where you produce a short film,
have it screened at a theater,
compete against other filmmakers,
And the best part,
you win cash prizes.
Yeah, I thought that would get your attention.
Here's how it works. You pitch your idea to a room full of people at the Rack Focus pitch session.
The session turns into a mixer where you then gather your team and produce your film.
you have 3 months to complete your film.
shortly after that, we have a big red carpet premiere at a local theater.
All of the films are screened with a Q&A after each one with the film's cast and crew.
but hold tight, there's more.
Each film is voted on by selected judges.
And the biggest votes come from the audience.
Who were given ballots when they walked into the theater.
After ballots are tallied up, we have a Rack Focus Awards ceremony where we give out first, second, and third prizes for the best voted films.
Including other awards like Best Actor and Actress.
It's not over yet.
After the award ceremony, there will be a Rack Focus wrap party at a local venue.
To celebrate all the filmmakers and their cast and their crew.
So what do you think?
Do you have what it takes to make the cut?
Think you can win? Well, this is the time to show everyone what you've got.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus.
Rack Focus. Rack Focus, a short film competition. It's about to get real.
Thank you so much for watching the show. We are going to take these last couple of minutes to, I would like everyone to just kind of promote yourself, how people can find you, what you're working on, starting right now.
Will Robertson, actor. I'm working on a few. I'm Beaver, of course, this weekend. Queef. And,
Beaver, queef, penis, butthole.
And then a Rack Focus one.
Don't get typecast.
I think that already happens.
Exactly.
But yeah, a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm looking forward to doing more stuff, especially with you guys and Rack Focus. And
if anybody wants to cast you in something, how can they find you?
Email usually is the best, and it's Robertson, ROBERTSON, Will, WILLR @gmail.com.
That's not for dates. That is for casting.
He's married.
Yeah.
He's married.
And she beats me up sometimes, so I mean, I would.
But
be
do you
afraid.
like it?
I think I'm gonna keep that answer to myself.
I did form Cinnamon Roll Productions, and I'm very interested in making Rainbow Family cinema.
Nice.
So I'll be working on that in the future. I'm working on 2 scripts right now simultaneously.
Nice.
So
I'm sure we'll be working together again because I have a couple of ideas that I want to incorporate you into.
excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I can be. You can email me at rendezvous-shaved-kitty 69. I won't get it, but you can email me.
And for those that know me out there, I mean, it's Andrew Mullins, but it's Drew Mayenski on Facebook. So if they want to look me up there, they'll notice that I was in Bear City 2, Bear City 3, and now Lucky, I'm working with Rendezvous, or Terry over here, on Beaver, and can't wait to see what else he comes up with, because he's got, you know, an amazing talent that I'm really glad that he's following through with and working with you on this. So getting a hold of me again would be Drew Mayenski, but if you want to see anything, go to bearcity.com because we're out on DVD now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, excuse me, I am Austin Williams of Four Horsemen Productions. You can find me on Facebook, Austin Williams. Also follow along to the business page, Four Horsemen Productions, and email me at austin@fourhorsemenproductions.com.
Very nice. And guys, I am Israel Luna. You can catch me here every Friday at 3 o'clock for Don't Panic. And we are here at Space Studios. You can go to spacestudios.com. And if you would like your own show, you can email us at spacestudios@gmail.com, SPAYSE. Everyone, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I look forward to this weekend. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I never thought I'd talk for an hour about Beaver.
Right?